Thanks. All right, if everyone's ready. All rise. Thank you. You may be seated. Now calling the case of Jerusalem v. the 12 disciples of Jesus of Nazareth to order. These disciples are being charged with conspiracy and theft of the body of Jesus. Defense, are you ready to proceed? Yes, Your Honor. The defense now calls the disciple John to the stand. Hello, John. Now, you were a disciple of Jesus, and you wrote a book called John about him. Let's specifically talk about chapter 20 of your book, verses 1 through 21. Will you tell the jury some of what happened after Jesus' death? Early on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb and found that the stone had been removed from the entrance. So she came running to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one Jesus loved, and said, They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we don't know where they have put him. So the disciples started for the tomb. Both were running, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. He arrived and looked in at the strips of linen that were lying there, but did not go in. Then Peter, who was behind him, arrived and went into the tomb. He saw the strips of linen that were lying there, as well as the burial cloth that had been around Jesus' head. It was folded up and separate from the linen. Then the other disciple, the one who had reached the tomb first, arrived and went into the tomb. He saw and believed. They still did not understand from Scripture that Jesus had to rise from the dead. So the disciples went back to their homes. But Mary Magdalene remained at the tomb, crying. She had adored and looked into the tomb. Saw two angels seated there in white where Jesus' body had been, one at the head and the other at the foot. They asked her, Woman, why are you crying? They have taken my Lord away, she said, and I don't know where they have put him. At this she turned and saw Jesus standing there, but did not recognize him. He asked her, Woman, why are you crying? Who is it that you are looking for? Thinking that he was the gardener, she said, Sir, if you have taken him, tell me where he is, and I will get him. At this, Jesus turned to her and said, Mary. At this, Mary turned and cried out in Aramaic, Rabboni, which means teacher. But Jesus said, Do not hold on to me, for I have not yet returned to the Father. Go instead to my brothers, and tell them I am returning to my Father and to your Father, to my God and to your God. So Mary returned at once to the disciples with the news, I have seen the Lord. And she told them how he had said these things to her. On that evening, the disciples were together, and though the doors were locked for fear of the Jews, Jesus came and stood among them and said, Peace be with you. And when he said this, he showed them his hands and his feet. The disciples were overjoyed when they saw the Lord. Again, he said to them, Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, so I am sending you. With that, he breathed on them and said, Receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive anyone his sins, they are forgiven. If you do not forgive, they are not forgiven. Now Thomas, called Didymus, was not with the disciples when Jesus appeared to them. So they went to him with the news, We have seen the Lord. But Thomas said, Unless I see the nail marks in his hands, and put my fingers where the nails were, and reach my hand into his side, I will not believe it. doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." And to Thomas he said, "Put your fingers here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." And Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Thank you, John. The defense now calls Luke to the stand. Hello, Luke. Now, you were not an eyewitness of Jesus, but you interviewed eyewitnesses and wrote an account of your investigation. In that account, called Luke, you discussed many of the same details of John as Jesus' resurrection. But you also found other facts written in chapter 24, verses 13 through 39. Will you tell us some of what your investigation revealed of Jesus' resurrection? On that same day, two of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. As they walked, they discussed the things that had happened there with each other. As they walked and discussed these things, Jesus himself came and began walking along with them, but they were kept from recognizing him. He asked them, "What is it you are discussing as you walk along?" They stood still, their faces downcast. One of them, called Cleopas, asked him, "Are you only a visitor to Jerusalem and do not know the things that have happened here in these days?" "What things?" Jesus asked them. "About Jesus of Nazareth. He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. Our chief priests and rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. And what's more, it's that day since these things have taken place." In addition, some of our women amazed us. They said they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but him they did not see. And Jesus said to him, "How foolish you are, and how slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Did not the Christ have to suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And beginning with the prophets and all the Psalms, Jesus began to explain to them what was written in the scriptures concerning himself. When they reached the place where they were going, Jesus acted as if he were going farther, but they urged him strongly, saying, "Stay with us, for it's nearly evening. The day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. When he sat at the table, he took the bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. And their eyes were opened, and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. They asked each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us when he opened the scriptures to us?" They got up at once and returned immediately to Jerusalem, where they found the 11 and those with them and said, "It is true, the Lord has risen and appeared to Simon." And they told them how he would open the scriptures to them while they were walking along the road. And while they were still explaining these things, Jesus himself came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Thank you, Luke. Counsel, you may proceed with closing arguments. Members of the jury, the disciples are being charged with conspiracy and theft of the body of Jesus. As devoted disciples, it may seem likely that they committed these crimes. Yet, when the women went to them and told them that Jesus was not in the tomb, did they stay hidden for fear that their crime was discovered? Did they leave town, trying not to be caught? No, they went to the tomb to see if it were true. Eyewitnesses who saw Jesus alive after his death confirmed this was not conspiracy. This was not theft. This was the fulfillment of Scripture. Jesus rose from the dead, and that